Hi there and welcome back to another episode of Rod and Reel UK. Today you join me in South Cornwall and you're probably thinking you're not at the water's edge yet. No, I'm not. I've already been hiking for about half an hour and I've got this bit to do next. Yeah, it's a little bit of a climb, so I'm gonna get down there in a few minutes and hopefully get some fishing in. Target for today is bull huss, conger eel, and if we're really lucky, a sea bass would be amazing. But enough of me blabbing, let's get climbing. Most importantly, let's get fishing. Today's venue was very much on the open coast, and as you can tell, it is pretty steep. If you are a beginner out there and thinking of fishing rock marks like these, I do highly recommend having a bit of local guidance or speaking to somebody that knows the area. But I did eventually get down to the spot I wanted to fish, and it is absolutely fantastic here, but you have a limited window to fish in. So I'm just going to set up 2 standard beach casters armed with a nice thick spool reel. We've got the first bait baited up. Just using that standard pulley dongle rig. The ground out here is really rough, so yeah, there's quite a high chance that even with the rotten bottom, I might not get that rig back. But anyway, so cast this one out. I have actually forgot my finger stall, but it's alright. I can manage without one. We'll put our bait probably about 50-60 yards out, see what goes, and see if we get any bites. Anyway, let's get this in the tripod and see if we get any luck. With both baits out in the water, it's just a case of waiting and seeing if we can get a bite. Luckily for us, it wouldn't take too long before our first signs of life appeared. Hopefully, it'll be something good. Well, we've not been fishing for too long and we've had a bite, which is, I'm actually really surprised. It's on the mackerel, so I'm hoping it's going to be a bull huss or a conger, or the dreaded dogfish. Let's just hope it's not one of them. But hey, either way, I'm happy. There's signs of life, so it's just a case of getting into something and getting on shore, show you to the camera. But I'm optimistic. Let's see if we get it in. Ironically, it was not the rod that had the bite that went off. It was in fact the one next to it that had no signs of life at all. But luckily, I did strike into it, and to my utter surprise, I was into quite a nice fish. And even better, it was the target species that we were after. It was a bull huss. Yes, he might not be the biggest in the world, but this time of year when fishing is pretty difficult and the bites are hard to come by, I really can't complain. Let's tell you what, it's not been a bad start of the session. 5 minutes in, and we've had ourselves a lovely little bull huss. This little fella is absolutely gorgeous. I caught that on the squid, so it wasn't even the rod that went off. I've got a good feeling we might get a really decent sized one, but hey, we've got the target species. Let's see if we can get any more. But hey, brilliant start. Sometimes when you're out fishing, it's a case of experimenting, trying somewhere new and trying something different. One thing I did a while back was try a new kind of bait, and it is this. It is the piltchard. It's a really underlooked bait, and when I first used it, I thought, no, it's a little bit mushy. But over the years, I've actually tended to actually really like using it. It's great on the dongle rigs, especially if you're using squid. You can put a little section with it, make a nice cocktail bait. It's got loads and loads of oil, loads of smell, which is brilliant for rock marks like this, attracting those fish out of the crevices, especially bull huss and conger eel. So I'm going to chop this fella up, whip him on, and see if we can get ourselves a decent sized bull huss tonight. With some fresh pilchard whipped onto the end of the dongles, it's just a case of waiting it out and seeing if we get another bite. As mentioned earlier, pilchard is really oily and it's a lot of scent, and it's ideal for fish like this conger eel I was just about to hook into. And yeah, it was actually quite a decent sized fish. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I always chuckle when I edit these videos, as all I can hear is heavy breathing and grunting, and if you weren't watching it as a fishing programme, you'd probably be quite concerned that you're watching something else. But never mind, we did get this conger eel to the top, and the main thing is with these is not to let them have any quarter, as the first chance I got of taking you into a snag, they will do it. Luckily, we were able to land it. That wasn't a bad scrap in the end. I got myself a really nice conger eel. Oh, I'm out of breath trying to land the damn thing. Yeah, it was a bit precarious trying to land it over the rocks, but there you go. Lovely fish. So let's see if we can get him back in the water and catch some more. Hey, what a great result. With 2 fish down in quite a short space of time, I was really happy, especially on a short session like this one. So while we've got a chance, I thought I'd just show you what I'm using for rig and bait. And yes, I have got that pilchard I was on about onto a little Frio hook on my trusted pulley dongle rig. It's an amazing setup, and I honestly use it absolutely everywhere I go in the UK because it works. A lot of times when targeting bullass, people tend to put massive hooks on the end and massive baits, and yeah, it will catch you something big. Having said that, a lot of times you'll be missing out on the slightly smaller fish, and that can make the difference between catching something in a session and absolutely nothing. Small hooks can catch big fish, and I've found it in the past. It's just how you use it, the technique you're using to reel it in will make the difference between landing it and not landing it. But as we've proven earlier, we've caught something already, and it was a bullass. So it can be done on a 3/0 hook. Let's get this bait out there and see what we can do. Despite the session being a short one, I really could not complain for the bites I was having. It was pretty much non-stop for the hour and a bit I was fishing here. Tell you what, I'm just about to bait up, but lo and behold, the rod's gone. So let's check it out, see if we've got a fish on yet. This time I did not, and yeah, I actually lost my lead in the process. Never mind. Well, we lost our lead, and look at the state of that. That has been absolutely mullered. Let's whip a new one on there and see if we can get whatever's out there. At this stage in the session, I was pretty much at the bottom of the tide. All I was needing to do now is get something else to make it free. And if this one wants to behave, I'll show you on camera. We've got ourselves another conger eel. Quite a lot smaller than the other one, but it's our third fish of the day, and it's not, we've only been fishing for about an hour and a half, so yeah, not bad really. So I think I'm going to unhook this one, do one last cast, and see if we can get one last decent sized fish out there. With the light fading fast, there's that last chance to get that cherry on top of that cake. Well, we made that final cast, got one last go with a pilchard, and hoping that will get us the bonus fish at the end. Oh, I thought I had a tap, but I did not. A lot of times when I'm out fishing, people ask me, what kind of leads do you use? And honest answer is, there are tons of choices out there. I mean, fishing these days, there's literally a lead for everything. But personally for me, you cannot go wrong with either a 5 or 6 ounce grip lead like this, or exactly the same weight, but as a plain bomb. Again, it's really dependent on the marks you're fishing. Areas of high current, or something you want to anchor down, a grip lead is a perfect choice for this. Or if you're fishing, say, on a sandy beach with lots of little rolls, gunnels and features, a plain lead like this is absolutely brilliant because you can roll into those with a current and find a fish. But again, it's about learning those marks, learning those spots, and over time you get a really good build up of knowledge and you know what works and what doesn't. But will that last grip lead work for the 4th fish? We'll soon find out. Just had a really nice tap, and I'm hoping it's going to be a bullass. But a lot of times when you do get bites, don't strike straight away. It's a case of just letting that fish take the bait, especially with a dongle rig, and then watching that rod tip for any kind of movements. A lot of times with dongle rig, you don't really need a strike. The way the circle hook's designed is when you lift into it, that hook will spin into the corner of its mouth and hook it. And if you're really jammy like I am, I had that bullass earlier, I didn't even hook it, it was just holding on for dear life onto the bait. But the principle works. So let's see if this turns into a fish. And fingers crossed, it'll be our 4th of the day. It's almost time to pack up now. I've had an absolutely great session, and regardless, if I didn't catch anything, I'm still happy to be out here. It's always the same with fishing, you know, you put yourself through misery, you hike, you get cold, you get wet, you name it, but you still come back to it time and time again. And it's just that chase and going, oh, next time we'll be there. It makes all the difference, and that's why I love the sport so much. And today it's just one of those days. I've come out, had a bit of a hunch, and yeah, it succeeded, and I caught something, which makes all the difference. It just lets me get out here, do some filming, and doing the hobby I absolutely love. But I'm gonna pack this rod up, I'm gonna head back, because I don't really want to be walking back over the fields in the dark, as there's a lot of cowpats, and I did fall into one earlier. Luckily, I didn't get on camera, but it's one of those. So let's pack the rod up, and I'll see you back at the car. And in typical fashion, as soon as you threaten to pack up and do it for good, you get teased by one more decent bite. I was pretty sure it's going to be a small little conger eel, and yeah, I wasn't wrong. It was in fact a little snot. Well, just as I was about to pack up, I had a nice bite, reeling in, and I dropped a really small little snotty conger eel. As you can tell from the bait, it is mangled and tangled. So, gonna pack up now for sure. But if you guys enjoyed the video as much as I have filming it, don't forget to drop us a like and subscribe. It really does help us in the algorithm and allows us to get out here and do more fishing videos, and most importantly, let me do my hobby I love. But hey,
I'll see you on our next adventure.
As always, if you want to see some more fishing related content, check out our Instagram and also our other playlist on YouTube for more fishing adventures around the UK. And as always, I'll see you on our next video.